I am sure sports. You know me there, from coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get your sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you a go love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Jamaican herbs and spices add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
All right, well, greetings, good afternoon, and welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am your host, Man, and this promises to be a very intriguing and fascinating episode of our series called The Legends Corner. Indeed, we have a legend with us today. But firstly, let me thank all of you who are watching, all who are tuned in. And we ask you that once you come on, do what we normally do, which is to like the video. Yeah, like the video. If you have not yet, please subscribe to the channel. I Am Sure Sports. It's going to be a special one. This is what you'd call back in the day a hard defender. It wasn't easy to get past him. You know, many stories of how strong and aggressive and intelligent he was in the defense. You know, he played out there in Clarendon, but also represented the national team. He's now overseas in the Atlanta area and he's coaching, but we're not going to get into most of that until the back end of the program. I don't know, he's going to have to tell us how we get his what you call his alias, but you know him as Gadaffi, but his birth name is Desmond Simmons. And so I'm going to introduce him and let him, please, once he comes and let him feel welcome to the show. Mr. Simmons.
Respect.
Yeah, man. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports.
Hey, pleasure. Man, I say a pleasure.
Wonderful. So good having you. Like I said, this is part of my desire to honor persons who have contributed to Jamaica's football, really, from schoolboy level to the national team, have represented during the very difficult years when money wasn't available, but their sacrifice wasn't any less. A lot of times those persons are not, the attention and the recognition that needs to be given to them is not. And so, the purpose of this platform is to at least give you guys an opportunity to share your story of what it was like representing the country, representing your club team, representing your school, and just where football is at here in Jamaica at this point. But before we get into any of those questions, we want to thank our sponsors. Our sponsors are Tricknick, and Tricknick is a Jamaican owned and operated company in Canada. And they, watch this, they, in partnership with us, is offering 25% discount on all their products. All you have to do is shop at www.tricknick.ca. That's www.tricknick.ca. All right, that's all you have to do. All right, when you shop there, you use the code I am sure sports 001 and you'll get 25% discount on all their products, and they ship worldwide. Today is my son's birthday. His name is Jonathan, and he turns 8 today. So happy birthday to my son. And today is Mr. Smith's 11th
Oh,
11th
10, 10,
10th
10.
10th anniversary, right? And he's doing this now, so we want to thank his wife for
Oh
permitting him
gosh.
to even do this interview on a day when he's celebrating 10 years of marriage. Again, welcome, Mr. Smith.
Respect, Omar, respect.
Yeah, man. First, you have to tell us, like, before we even get in anything, where did you get the name? Your defender's name, because people never used to call you Desmond. So they said Gadaffi. How did you get that name? At what point in your life were
You
you, were
know,
you first called
it
that?
was Major League in Arnett Garden. I mean, you have a coach, George Thompson, Jatty, big up Jatty, it's like at the time I just came out of high school and first I was searching for a team, right? The first place I went to was Boys Town, right? And like, I was there for like a week practicing each day. Anyway, that's another story. Let me just tell you when you get the
Yeah,
name. Yeah,
yeah,
leave
yes.
that back. Yeah, and like my first game, we were playing over by JDF. We're playing the Army and
At Up Park Camp.
at Up Park Camp. Yeah, and an 18-year-old start the game, my first major league game, and I mean, like I did well. So, people had problem getting by the Wayne Wonder and the Heineken and them kind of have issues getting by. So the coach, just look by me and I say, you see, you, I gotta feel there from today.
Oh, so that's
Yeah,
John
because at the
Sheen.
time it was more my Gadaffi, the Falkland price and all of that. Yeah, so
Oh.
him just hand me the name,
That's how you
Gadaffi.
got the name. All right,
Yeah.
we're gonna get back to that story, further in the show. But let me talk to you. So please, I want you to tell us, like, when you started playing football, how did it all start for you, and just kind of go through that journey for us all the way to your high school years, and then once you get there, we'll move into your club career. Like, I know some of you guys were playing in the club scene while you were playing high school football, but just kind of give
Yeah.
us from the first time you decided to go and play football, whether that's primary school, throughout your high school years, and what was that like? So go ahead and just share with us the whole journey.
Actually, I started like about age 7, and I want to tell you, say, you remember when Cosmos came to Jamaica to play
In
Santos,
Brazil,
and
yes,
yeah, and Pele came.
yes.
That game, my dad took me and said, like, go
Ah,
watch Pele. So I was like, okay, he had tickets and everything, and like we couldn't get into the stadium. There were so much people there, we couldn't get in. So we were walking around the outskirts of the stadium trying to get in. I mean, there were a lot of people who were trying to get in also with tickets. And like this guy, he had his truck and he had his ticket, and he was like, said, "Nah, go waste my money." So what he did, he actually back his truck up to the back gate and hit it open,
at the
right? And
stadium.
at the National Stadium, and that is how we went in.
Whoa.
Yeah. And we were there, and then the following, like the Sunday after the game, my dad, brought a ball home and said, Pele said, to give you this. Right? I'm gonna say, yeah. I'm gonna say, yeah, Pele said, forgive you this and Pele said, for play football. And the journey start right
So
there.
was that actually Pele actually gave you that the ball?
Man, the man go buy one little ball at thank you or so.
Oh, oh, oh.
Yeah, I
What?
say,
What?
but
He was a footballer. I wanted him to
no,
play.
he just loved the sports, but he couldn't play it. So it looked like him
Okay.
just wanted me to play now. So
To
him
play
just
football.
use that, as
Yes,
an
yes, yes.
incentive and just give it to me. And from that, the journey starts right there. Then, we used to grow up in Anatown, right next to the jungle, right there. And ghetto youth love football, so road scrimmage. And
Yeah.
we used to, and that's where I actually started. We have a guy named Trevor, which we call him coach now, but we started Seaway Lash. 1 foot with we use
Well, 1 foot
orange
jugger.
peel.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah.
use orange peel. We use gravel in our socks. We use tennis ball, anything we could get with and box and put paper in it and stuff it and anything we could get with hands on. And that is how really my talent really start because I was good at it. People used to try to beat me at that age.
In see that? Yeah, you're
See
that
Ray
good.
Lash, yeah, yeah, I was very
I
good
need,
at
I
it,
need
even
to
with the
challenge
orange
you.
peel.
I need to challenge you one of these days and to see how good you
You're
are.
gonna,
You know.
you're gonna lose, man. You're gonna lose big
Really?
time. Yeah, man. Up to now, we still keep up the C Ray last thing.
Really?
Yeah, because that is what
All
really.
right.
Even now, I coach, I try to teach you them C Ray last. Yeah, man,
Oh,
because that's really make my touch, where it is today. Yeah,
okay.
man. And after that, now get to the same gentleman coach. We decide we'll form a little team named Oxford, right?
This is
And
in
we
Hanatown.
Anatone, yeah.
Okay.
So we started playing, form a little youth team, and coach used to control. Cause he was the older guy, so he was the coach, and him start putting it together. Him having to play right back, him having to play centre half, him having to play striker. So it worked well for him when I used to play up the top. So I used to just score up goal, mash up the little teams and about the place, and I score a whole heap of goal. Yeah,
So you're
man.
playing center for you're playing center. You're
Ma-
playing defense but still scoring.
No, I was actually playing centre forward. My earlier age, that's where I
Oh,
started. Centre forward,
okay.
right? And I mean, at my age, you used to just score a goal at random. You'd have a knack for it. And we just continue doing it till, primary school, Shetwola Park Primary. At that time, there was no league, So we used to just play. It's like a corner league our age. That's about it. They used to go up at All Scenes and up at Jonestown and just a play. I mean, I was doing well.
More like just playing for your Hanatown community against other
Yes,
community teams.
yes. So I
Okay.
was doing well, but as I said, at that time now, my parents was strict, So it's when me do get a chance to go out and play, I make use of it. So it's not like me was one of them kid where, look, I left the man, them said, I'm go there so I could go. No, my parents never allow me outside like that. But we used to have a big yard, so sometimes we have to invite the guys them inside of my yard to play. Or if we are play on the street, it would have to be in front of my house, right?
Okay. Because your
Yeah,
parents would not allow you to
you're
stray
right.
too
And them
far.
not leave me out on them side, right? Me and
Okay.
my brother wasn't gonna leave us out of their side. So we grew up that way. They go church and very strict. Yeah, so we move on to that where we go leave Shetwola Park, the primary, and I was supposed to go to Excelsior. But for some reason, it me never like it. I don't know
You
up to
never
the
like
day.
Excelsior?
Excelsior, yeah. For some reason, I never like it. So we had that issue, me and my mother. Where I end up going? At that time, I ended up going to Kingston Senior for a year.
Okay, that's what they call senior school.
Senior school, yeah. I ended up going to Kingston Senior for a year, and then at that age, I was like about 12, and they have a league there.
Yeah.
So they are play for
Right, they had the
senior at 12.
secondary. At that time, they had a
Right,
secondary
secondary,
league,
you're
but it was
right.
different from the. Yeah.
Yeah, and for that reason, like me, I play, and I mean, like, come on, at 12 and 13, I start with the older guys there. Charlie Barrett was the coach at the time, referee Charlie Barrett.
Oh, okay.
He was the coach at the time. Yeah, and then we are play, and we are do well, and then, one session is like just jokingly, may I say, you play defense today, and nobody can pass. We have this guy named Hansen. May I say, I play defense, and no guy can pass me. I start playing the center half and the man look for me.
That's Charlie
And
Barrett.
yeah, and like, if I look at me, be a player, I play it well. you know. And we had a game against Vauxhall, and say, a center half must start play.
Oh.
Right? And I still never really take it for nothing. Because I remember saying me at 12, I got 13. You know me, I said, still never take it for nothing. I play. Because at that age, you just want to play.
Yeah.
So I never take it for nothing really. And then me leave at 12 now. Me leave and go Portmore. Leave Anatown now and go
You
live in
moved from
Portmore.
Hanaton and you went to
Right,
Portmore
I
to
went to
live.
Portmore. Right. And then
Okay.
over Portmore now, you find out so that is a community where a whole heap of players, a whole lot of players
In that
come
time?
out of that community. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, because you have the Jer, Cargill, Mikey Clark, Hilton Bays, Libby Sprang, Rowan Fenton, Barkley, you have Pekka, you have the whole heap of man, Wanderers, people, everybody just a whole bunch,
Okay,
and
right. Because in that time, Wanderers was a Portmore kind of base
right,
game.
yeah.
Yes.
So at Ratty and a whole lot of players now used to be in Portmore now. We start the community leagues, But when I went there now, 13-year-old, I start play back centre forward and playing for
Oh,
Waterford and my community team. I was one of the better youths. Me I talk about when me I play with Manning Cup players, right? Because
okay.
at the time, Okro, Donovan, Pantan, Fife, Dintil, all of them players used to come over because Hilton Days, used to play juvenile and all them things. So he used to be friends with those guys.
Yeah.
So they used to brought them over. And then that's weird. That's my corner,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Yeah. So when he brought those guys over and we used to go to the field and play, I was the only 13-year-old could play. And I mean, I play with the big guys then.
Yeah.
See? Yeah, that's how good I was at that age. And I was a striker,
At
no
13.
defender.
Oh.
Yeah, I was a striker. So we started playing the community leagues and doing well. And so be it again. You see, Horace Reed, the club team that I used to play for, and the community team, Horace Reed was the coach.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Horace
Whoa.
Reed was the coach. Because that is the next history. Because I know Horace Reed from like about
From your
age 12.
13. Yeah,
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 12,
yeah, yeah.
13. That's when I know Horace Reed. Right. And we
Okay.
started playing and go back to the same drama again where we were at the field playing. Right. And Horace Reed was one of the person too. And I said, like, you know what? I play centre half today. And the guy can't pass me. And I did it again. And the same result. From there on now, I'm start playing centre half again.
Center. Okay.
And I look into myself and I was like, you know what? Tired of people that kick me now, Me I'll start kick some people,
Yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah.
like that. And
Yeah.
I went to now doing that now, then I finished Kingston Senior now for the year. So at 14 now, the coach, Charlie Barrett, say, say a coach want you. And me I say,
Okay.
where? I must say St. Mary's College. And I say, St. Mary's College, country that. I must say, no man, you can't travel. And I just end up go up there, see what it was like. The guy sent transportation for me. And I went up there, the coach then. And then the coach was a Rasta man, And my father wasn't a Rasta, but him kind of have the culture,
Yeah.
So that was kind of something where clicked to me, And go up there. And when I went up there, him have me I play right back. And I do well, And during that time, I play right back centre half to schoolboy football. That was Dakasta Cup. And for my team, one of the time at right back, me had the leading goal scorer.
Okay.
Because
In the
now
Doncaster Cup.
that overlapping. No, not in Dakasta Cup, for the school,
Okay. Okay.
right? At that time now, good. That was always something with me. I always try to be in very good shape. That is something. My training discipline is immaculate. My belief is for me, I just do it the right way. And I've always been one of the people where train hard. See, it
Okay.
doesn't matter what I'm doing, I always think about training hard. And you used to score some goal, overlap, go back, and I kick the ball like gunshot. Yeah,
So
man.
that's
And I
St.
score a
Mary's
whole heap of
College.
goal.
You,
St.
you play.
Mary's College.
You finish your high school playing days at St. Mary's
St.
College.
Mary's College.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Well, you
after I
guys never
moved,
really. I mean, you
we
never
win
really.
the Newchman Shield. And the
Nutriment
year
Shield.
when we stopped, well, the year
Nutriment Shield
when
is under 16.
no man was like at that time we used to play Ben Francis. So the winner Ben Francis played the winner of Walker Cup, which was the Nutriment Shield.
Oh, so you actually won.
Ben Francis.
St. Mary won Ben Francis.
Yeah,
St. Mary.
man. Yeah, man.
I
Ben
didn't know
Francis.
them.
And they
I
will
didn't.
play
I
with
didn't know St.
E.T. No, E.T. leave. No, Dan. Yeah, E.T. left. So we have Donald Stone. Most of those players, well, most of them don't really play. You know, Mark, this guy used to play, Andrew, used to play for Stats when he left St. Mary's. See, Donald Stone went to Santos. Dinah went to Arnett Garden.
Oh, because the reason why I ask you, because St.
Mhm.
Mary getting some 20 at nil and all of them.
Oh gosh, but I heard that on there. We are not actually, what, last week or week before last, they form a old boy group and they just add me to it like last week.
Okay. Yeah.
So we are get 26 and 12. But as I said to them, we can't really blame the kids because how can you 1 week before a competition you just start put a thing together? What you expect?
Yeah.
You know me I say, and me I say if the coach now
Amen.
take
Oliver
pride.
say you're talking Everald E.T. Campbell.
Yes, sir. Everald E.T. Campbell. Me and him stand up a whole heap of time. Man.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
man.
then
So the coach at St. Mary's College.
Donovan Dona said, blessed be management and legend Desmond Gadaffi Smith. Well deserved interview by you. Gadaffi, one
See
of the
the
most
big brother that man.
underrated
Big
defender
brother that.
of
See
Jamaica.
the
St. Mary
yeah
finest
man.
football
Yeah man.
statue.
Man, they will kick the most volley on target, Joe Downer. Yeah man,
Yeah.
and net a stitch.
Yeah, so
Yeah
you were
man.
saying that the coach at St. Mary's. No.
Yeah, if him not have pride in a theme, whole trade, me not see way more teaching you them. Because as the coach, you supposed to say this, nah, can't happen. After the 12, you supposed to decide, say, you hear me? Now save embarrassment, better we withdraw. All right, you move a little further, open. You see your team under 10 the first half time, find some excuse not to go back out there, man. Right? It's not good for football and it's not good for the player them. It's like you take the whole confidence. You're embarrassing everybody. Yourself, the players, the school, you're embarrassing everybody. So, I mean, my opinion, me feel like you should just say, withdraw the team. Because at first, when everybody was talking about it, I was saying, no, that is how you rebuild, You get beaten, you'll get some ridiculous score, but 26, that pass ridiculous. You have to find a way. And as I said, the system, schoolboy have to come up with a system where mercy rule. After you're under 10-0, you need to stop the game. Automatic. Stop the game right there. In order for the sport to, for really excel to. Because that is embarrassing. And you need marketing. You see people play and man I get 26. What kind of league you run?
Yeah.
You know what I say? So we need to have a thing where we cut off. All right, at school, under 10-0, it doesn't matter what stage of the game, as long as it's 10-0, the game ends right there. You see what I mean? Because remember, you have kids that deal with it, and psychologically, them things will mash up certain kids. It will take with talent and turn it a different way, So we have to
That's a
help
very
out
good
too.
point. Very good
Yeah,
point.
we have to
Yeah, man.
help out too.
So you
Mercy
finished St.
rule.
Mary's. Who you played? Who did you play in the you say you won a Nutriment Shield and you played against
Herbert Morrison.
you played against Herbert Morrison.
Oh no, we play Nutriment Shield. We play Meadowbrook.
And you beat Meadowbrook.
No, them beat we up still.
So how you win the Nutriment?
No, we never win the Nutriment Shield. We play the Nutriment Shield. And Meadowbrook beat us.
And Meadowbrook beat you.
Yeah, man, Meadowbrook beat you, but I just saw it go, I just ball.
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
all right, go ahead and tell us about the St. Mary and then you finish your
Yes,
St. Mary.
so I finished St. Mary now and decided so I play some Premier League. I had people from Trenchtown, I had people from Arnett Garden who were telling me, come. But me and the man them were, and because, Chris Burnett, God rest his soul, is my uncle. Christopher Burnett. Yeah, Christopher Burnett
Okay.
was Tivoli Youth Pro developed in Fuller and all of them, man.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my uncle. So he lived in Trenchtown. And may I say, since my uncle in Trenchtown, me there at Portmore, at least me have somebody there. So I decided, no, me I go Boys down. So me and this guy, Yap. I said, what's Yap right name? I don't remember Yap right name, but Yap went to Boys Town. Yap used to play for Dunoon. And we
Okay.
went to Boys Town, the two of us. And he had that name because he played Manning Cup. I played the Costa Cup. Sorry.
Yeah.
So we went to practice the Monday. We did what we had to do. Yap played. I didn't play. Tuesday, we went to practice. Yap played. I didn't play. And after practice, Sammy Davis was the coach. Sammy D was the coach at the time because Carl Brown wasn't available. So
So
I've been
somebody
going
was
to
the coach at Boys
Sammy
Town.
D. Yes, he
Me
was the
feel, me
acting
feel,
coach.
me feel see a Joe Down and that tell enough game you know.
No, man. Well, no, it's not. And actually, Joe wasn't even training because I think it was gone. I
Oh,
think Joe wasn't even training. But Sammy D never
I'll
give me no
give it into.
game.
Okay.
Then the Wednesday again, I came back, train, and no game. And then after training, we have this whole heap of running where I run. And I said, hold on, man. So I decided Thursday I was over there now and, training again and the same result. And I said, this guy take me for a fool or something. Right? Train, no game. And
Yeah.
then the night, him also ready, get ready for run. Right, let me take up my bag, And so I'm not running, I do just walk through Boys Town gate,
Oh.
Then man, I walk through Boys Town gate. The following week, I go down Tivoli. And I walk going at it.
Okay.
Tivoli gone, yeah, because I have to come up Carly Smith, up, where you call out this now?
Spanish Town Road.
We have to come up the road to go past Tivoli School.
All right. See, like we have the feed is frozen a little bit, so we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, the feed was frozen a little bit. You were saying that you had to pass Tivoli School, right?
Yeah, so I decided to play over Tivoli. And I just stand up at the Tivoli gate and I look when the players are training. And I never, it never feel the vibes because remember I never knew anybody over there at the time, And I said, sure, you know what happened? I went to school, St. Mary's, the following day. And I said, Carpy, I said,
Who is Carpy now?
Oliver Allen, he used to play for Arnett and Woolmers.
Okay,
And he would
Oliver
leave and
Allen.
come St. Mary's.
Okay.
Yeah, so I look for him and I said, Carpy, I said, I go back at Boys Town. And I just play some D2 football in Portmore. And Carpy, I said, I want to hear my youth. Come a jungle. And I said, all right, come a jungle. After Carpy, Ifra used to live out of South.
Ifra?
Used to live out of in Ephraim Edwards, I text his name.
Okay.
And then used to play for Mary's too, and E.T., them used to come from South. So them I say, come play a corner league out there. The Sunday, and I say, all right, yeah. So I tell Carpy, say, all right, I'll play corner league with E.T. them on Sunday. And then me and him will talk. So we went out as Raytown now and I play the corner league now with Heitzman. And then, we just, Heitzman, I said, play for Raytown. And I said, play for Raytown. I say, yeah, man, come play Sid Bartlett for Raytown. Yeah. I said, sure, something to do, And we just start playing. Then again, I play centre half, and then again, I score a goal.
So you play for Raytown?
Yeah, Raytown that.
And they were in Sid Bartlett.
Sid Bartlett League.
Who were some of the players on the Raytown team?
You have Ephraim, you have E.T., you have Whitey. Most of them, I don't remember them name, but you have Whitey. It wasn't no Stanberry, but he used to come St. Mary's College too. Donald Stone, it come down there too. And not really.
So by this now you graduate from St. Mary.
Yeah. No, I still go school. That was my final year.
Okay.
So I play now and I go school the final year. Yeah, so me find that league. To me, my quality, I say, me bigger on this, brother. This too easy for me.
Yeah.
And then go back school and then after that season, I look for Oliver now because now we are graduate from high school. So I look for Oliver and I say, Oliver, come a jungle, and I say, yeah, man, come. And I go on it. I'm over there, I train. And then
Arnett got in Major League.
Major League, that wasn't in Premier League.
Okay.
See? And now me a train and, you know, it a work out. But they used to call me schoolboy.
Okay.
Yeah, I know me just fresh out of high school. They used to call me schoolboy. You know, say, me I tackle people.
I was a coach at the Army Garden team.
Jati,
Yeah.
not Josh T,
Okay.
Jati. Yeah, Josh Thompson. And we were playing good and me I play good and with Swallowfield. I remember when Mendel come now and form the Swallowfield team.
Yes.
That was our first game.
Okay. That
Yeah,
is
the
the big
first game.
solar field team with all of the
Yes,
big
with
ball of them.
Cargill and Mikey Clark and all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were playing Swallowfield and, they never named me in the squad. You
Oh.
know, yeah, well, they named me in the squad, but they never named me in the team at the time. Right?
Okay. So
Just
you
name
never
them
played.
name a squad, and then they still leave out three players and bring that squad to play the game. And I was one of the three that they left out. And I was so upset because I tell you the truth, I knew say I could play in that game.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, schoolboy and me just humble.
Just finished school. Yeah.
Yeah, so me just accept it. And even Carpy, Oliver, I say him not see, but him I say, don't give up in my youth. I say, no man, I'm good. The second
Okay.
game we were playing
So the first kid
Waterhouse.
went against.
Oh
Um.
gosh. I guess we lost 2-1.
Okay. Okay.
But the second game now was a Wednesday game and we're playing Waterhouse at Waterhouse. And I was named in the squad again. And then we went to Waterhouse. Ray White, which was the captain for Arnett, had to work. So he said he wasn't sure he was going to make it to the game. So the man them said, schoolboy, you'll start. And me, I
Yeah.
said, what? Man them said, you'll start. So me, I said, yeah, man, I'm very excited, warming up, everything good.
It's
Just
again
before,
Waterhouse.
yeah, against Waterhouse, just before we started the game, the crowd start shout out, Ray White a come. Man, them say, Ray White a come. And the
That's the
coach
center
came.
back.
Yeah, the captain. And the man
Oh,
looked at me and said, schoolboy. Nah, start,
captain there.
captain
Oh,
there. And the man then
yeah.
start the game with 10 players.
Whoa.
Yeah,
10
and 10 players
And then when
until Ray
Ray White
White ready.
changed.
As soon as him change, him just run on the field. See? Brooks, was the ring back at the time. And Brooks was giving peer trouble. Him get a card early in the game. And him just miserable. He was doing all sorts of crazy stuff. And the coach never really wanted. The score was 0-0. And the coach never really wanted to take the chance. And he was like, openly him say it, me have to take out Brooks, because this man look like he might get a red card. And the man look
Yes.
for me and the man, just a finish Daka stack up. And guard never get the shoes them as yet. And him look and him say, who have good boots? And him say, schoolboy, come.
Yeah.
And him say, go in the game for Brooksy. The first touch when I went in the game, and Waterhouse had a corner kick. And the first touch I make was a ball I head off of the line. Right in the same corner as me go on the field. A
Yeah.
ball head, and when them look, it's me I hit the ball off of the line. Right?
Yeah.
And I mean the thing just changed. Dijab,
Raymond Webb.
Dijab couldn't run past me no time.
What?
No
Why is
time. And then you
Raymond
know how
Webb,
fast
your
him
die
is.
jump couldn't get
Yeah,
past, yeah?
man, couldn't get past me bad. And I mean, I played that game for like about 30 minutes. And the second game, that is when now we went to Upper Camp the following game on the Saturday. And the man said, schoolboy, yeah,
Play
start.
against JDF.
Yeah, the man
With
said,
Wayne
schoolboy,
Wonder,
yeah, start.
Michael Tolo,
Yeah, right. And
Heineken.
right, yeah, blacks, the whole of them. And
Yes.
now me I tell you,
Danny
say, man,
Boy.
yeah, I kick people till them dizzy, man. Man just I get kicked left, right, and center, but yeah, go past me. And I just know Jati, I say, wait. This a man coming like if Dave Gadaffi fight the war by himself. Yeah, man, and from him said that, the name Gadaffi just
It's
stick.
tough, Richie. So this is
Yeah,
the
right.
third
That's
game
all.
at Arnett Gardens in the Major League.
Yeah,
Fascinating. All
see,
right.
and then we continue moving, and we do good. Then we play what's the name? Jackie Bell knockout,
Yes.
and we were in the stadium. We never win, but we went to a final. Constant Spring beat us. Went to final. Harborview beat us. You know, It was just semi-final, final. We never really make it. Till my final year is
Who were
when
some
we
of the
bring it.
players? Who were some of the players in like that first season, first 2 seasons with you at Arnett Garden that you remember? Ray
Ray
White.
White, Christopher Dias, Herbert Richards, Irvin Ellison, Zelle Earl, Michael Bernard, Ronald Oates, Diggers, George Ballard.
Gorilla wasn't there.
No, Gorilla them come after.
Okay.
Gorilla come after that first year. Gorilla them come after the Gorilla and the Belly them, because they were still playing Manning Cup.
All right, hold on
So
there. Donovan Donna say, Gadaffi, now I know why you play against Boston so hard when you play. Anyway,
Yeah, man.
for passing through the institution. Anyway,
Yeah, man, a boy told me really want to play for, but a Sammy D make me left, man. So I never give me no game. Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right, so that Arnett Gardens team now, you said at what point were you there when they got promoted to the Premier League?
Yeah, man, I was one of the players who helped them to get really promoted.
What
that
season
time
was
now,
that?
Eugene
Williams came in and Lucian Anderson.
Yes, that time now I was the captain for all of them players there.
Oh, you were the captain?
Yeah, after Ray White, I played for Arnett 3 years, and my second season I became captain. Because
3
Ray
years.
had work commitment.
You played for
Ray
them
had
first?
work commitment. Eh?
Hold on. How many seasons you played for Arnett Gardens? 3 seasons.
Three seasons, yeah.
The first season you never got to Major League. The second season you were the captain.
Yes, second season I was a captain, and
And
that's the season we get promoted.
Promoted.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, yeah,
So
and
that
that's the
is when
season
you
with the
have, like-
shootout in the park. We have Christopher Dias, we have Herbert Richards, we have Byron Earl, Lucian Anderson, Gorilla, all of the schoolboy, Marco Pratt, all of the schoolboy, them Eugene, all of them come across the young Charlie Smith dynasty came across.
Okay.
I want history with it, because even Job, came in. We were supposed to go to Cayman, and Job came in, and a whole heap of equipment came in, and they bought. Yeah, Job was a manager. Right? Yeah, at the time Ruben was the manager, but he was overseas, and they sent down a whole heap of equipment for Arnett Garden. Right, then he came down, and then him buy Herbert Richards a bicycle, him buy Christopher Dias a bicycle, him buy Gorilla a bicycle.
A bicycle?
Yeah, Rambo bicycle. That time Rambo bicycle was the thing. Right?
So the man you get bicycle.
Yeah, man. And Rambo bicycle was the thing, and like it did have bring some division in the team.
People hear that now. Back in them days, when I'm gonna buy a man a thing, I'm gonna buy a man a bicycle. You can't buy a ball of bicycle now,
Yeah, man. And at the time now, it start bring some division in the team, And he came over to me, and he looked at me, and he said, like, if me no want a bike, and I said, yeah, man. And I said, all right, I said, no, man, here what? Because I was the captain at the time. And I said, here what, You see, when the season end, me take my bike. But right now, me no need it right now. So when the season end, me take mine.
Yeah.
And up to the day, I get that still.
But
right, the team got promoted.
That second season, you got promoted.
Yeah.
All right, so tell us about that promotion season, because you were talking about shot fired and all of them things.
Yeah, man, we have played Tivoli, up park camp. Because at the time, that was the venue for Tivoli Arnett Garden. Yeah. And we were in the camp, and, Tivoli were up 2-0. And, I mean, we're going about 75, 80 minutes worth of game, so you find out, now, Arnett's supporter was, like, leaving. And we scored. Checks the belly scored. Right? And after he scored, people turned back around, and to how me get it is like Tivoli supporter was throwing orange peel on the Arnett Garden supporters. And all of a sudden, brother, all games stopping, man. It's be a gunshot, man, I run all over the place, And players, the two teams, the weird part about it, the two teams was on the field together.
Oh.
Yeah, so it wasn't
So this was the finals?
No, this was just a game.
A regular season game. And Tivoli is leading you guys by 2.
2, yeah, and then we scored, and
Okay.
then
And they had to
all of
replay
that.
the game. And they had to
Yeah,
replay
man,
the
it
game
replayed.
without spectators.
Right, replayed and thing, and then we went on semi-final, final, beat Spring, and we got
Who you played in
some.
the
No, we never
semi-final?
Spring, eh? Who we play? Marvelly, I think it's Marvelly. But
Okay.
we never won the league, but we got promoted by first 2 team, to come up. So
Okay.
we came up. Yeah, Spring beat us and we came up.
So you and
And
Constant Spring
then
came into
right into the Premier League.
the same time?
Yeah, man, because at the time was 2 team got promoted, First and second.
Okay. Are you went to the playoffs?
No, man, which playoff, man? Come on Premier League. Yeah, man,
Oh,
come on Premier League. I will take, yeah, man. If I remember, yeah, man, it was 2 team. Come up, man.
so when you win the major league,
Right.
you came second. Constant Spring won. That is O'Neill McDonald and
That is no, man.
Lincoln
That is
Tough
well
and those
name. Yeah. Tough them on
Lincoln
5.
Tough 5.
Yeah, no, not 5. What's his name? Kingsley Chin. Not
Okay.
5. Kingsley Chin and them. That was before. I think that was before Tough them, And Chipper. Chipper wasn't there. And Chipper was there. Yeah, Chipper was there. No, 5 wasn't there. That was the first season with 5. Chipper them now take over. Now Tough them take over.
All right.
Yeah,
So
Cassie and
Constant
them
Spring.
man
Right. So
Yeah.
Constant Spring and Arnett Gardens. So
Came up.
how may I try to figure out how that work, because our team from St.
It
James
used
to
to go.
qualify.
No,
Even though
what thing what used to happen, is 2 team. A 2 team used to go down because we never win. How
you
it
must
go?
have you never have a playoff,
Say
sure?
say you're sure, maybe we'd have a playoff, and we win the playoff and come up,
Yeah, because
But that was so long ago. Yeah, man.
yeah.
I don't remember about it. But anyway, we know say we
Somebody
came up.
go and tell Damon Oliver, tell us, was there a playoff? Because who of it must have been a
Yeah.
playoff, but you and Constant Spring came into the Premier League
We
same
came
time.
into the Premier League the same time. Yeah, man, Spring.
Okay.
Because
All
Spring
right.
used to beat me, give me some little touch all over the place. I used to hate them.
Constant Spring.
Yeah, he used to always that touch, man. I thought beat. They was better than us, but they used to find a way
No
out to beat
man.
us.
Constant Spring is better than you. Me say they
Yeah,
know
man.
better
So we used to
than
find a way out to get through it. Yeah,
Yeah, man. Roman Christian was in the Spring side as well.
Yeah,
Roman Christian.
Raman Christian, yeah, man. And right there and then now we had that season now they had the Jackie Bell.
Oh, somebody is saying that season, Kasafa winner used to qualify straight to the Premier League.
Right, yeah. And we never win. But anyhow, that season now we have the Jackie Bell. And this is the transition now, the semi-final against Police in the stadium, I got my leg broken.
This is the second season with Arnett Gardens.
Yeah, this is after we get promoted now, and we're in the Jackie Bell. I play the Jackie Bell too, because the Jackie Bell and so in the semi-final of Jackie Bell.
Whoa.
I got my leg broken, and say I finished the game with it.
With a broken leg? Whoa.
Yeah, I never know. Say, my leg was broken. Then Gorilla came off, some back injury. Big Head came off, some shoulder, and they were taking them to the hospital. And then Ruben was like, God, that's insane happy, and just go to the hospital with them, man. And so them Gorilla, Big Head was on stretcher, Gorilla was in wheelchair, and me I walk. When we reach the hospital, the same thing. Gorilla on stretcher, Big Head in a wheelchair, me I walk. So when the doctor came and I check what is going on, and him look on it and him I say, I'll tell you this. The only person something is happening to right now is you, So I say me, and me I walk. And the man I say, yeah man. Anyhow, the X-ray came back, Big Head all right. The X-ray came back, Gorilla all right. My X-ray was, I take a little time. Then I said the doctor come with the X-ray. From way down the corridor, I see him hold it up. And I see a big green arrow. I rode through my foot. I had a broken leg. See?
Yeah, broken leg. All right, somebody say I must ask you about Diggers.
Barney.
Oh, he was at Arnett Garden with you as well.
Yeah, man, Barney, man, the greatest. Very, very, very passionate player, man. Man, they not play. I mean, like any time life.
All right.
Every time the man they play, the man they put it out there. Yeah, man.
So your leg got broken in your second season in the Jackie Bell. Did Arnett go on and win the Jackie Bell, or they lost that game to Pony?
Yeah, they went on to the finals, and won, and but the thing about it now, you see, with my leg broken, this is how I move from on it now. After my leg got broken now and we were there, you know, I had what 6 weeks, and the plaster was supposed to come off my foot.
Yeah.
And I look at Ruben and I said to Ruben, I want to come the game, but I not have no ride.
That's at the final of the Jackie Bell.
Yeah, Ruben also said, boy, I don't know how that I got work out, and anyhow, I find my way at the game. When I was at the game now, I tell the man
Hold on a sec. Somebody asking which police broke your foot.
Say no police broke my foot. It's a hole I step in on the pitch.
At the National Stadium?
National Stadium, stepping out. It rain and then the field get hard and like a footprint. And I run and step in at the footprint.
Oh.
And broke my ankle. Yeah. Whoa. Right? Just I step in at the footprint and I play see me, but my feel my shoes I get tight. I'm still a play. I not pay it no mind. And then I go through the pain and I play. And play the entire game.
All right. So let's come back to the Job thing where I'm saying no ride.
Yeah, I'm saying I have no ride and thing, Ruben, and I'm find my way. At the time in the Portmore, I'm find my way. That time now, Horace Reed was in charge of Hazard.
This is the third season though at Arnett, or second?
Yeah, this is the third season now when we are end up, man. But no, man, this is my third season, yeah.
Because you're in the Premier League, because you played in the Premier League with Arnett?
No. That's what I say now. Them get promoted. That is when them get promoted. And we are playing the Jackie Bell now. So I go leave Arnett.
Okay. So what you mean? Because if you had stayed at Arnett, you'd have been there for your first season.
I would have been there for the first season.
Okay.
Right? Okay. Because at the time, remember, I said, me a captain now. Byron, Earl, and the whole of them, me a them captain,
Okay.
Yeah. Right? So this is now, before when we qualify now, before the season start, the following year, season start now.
Yeah.
Me now decides, my foot got broken. I never played the finals at the Jackie Bell. And I'm supposed to go. I go stadium now and watch a game, and the plaster supposed to come up. I say to Ruben said, I have no money. And who Herman Ming came to the game and saw me. That is the owner Hazard,
Yeah.
And saw me. And, me and him talk. I say, if you give me a season, And I say, yeah, man, me give you a season, man. And he say, well, go on. And me and him talk. And I tell him, say, I'm going to take the plaster. He ask me when the plaster come off. And I say, it's supposed to come off next week. And he might say, if me all right. I say, no, so I just check the manager for money to take a taxi if I go take off the plaster. And I say, boy, I don't have the money. Herman Ming gave me $3,000. And I say, if I go do it. That time $3,000 coming like is $10,000 or more.
Yeah, well, if I'm gonna buy a bicycle and I'm happy about that, I need to call division.
All right. And the man gave me $3,000 and said, do your thing, man.
Yeah.
And when him do it, that time now Horace Reed had a coach down there. Horace Reed know me and Horace Reed live in the same community.
Right, because he used to coach you when you were 13.
Yeah. So him I say, come, Hazard, man, And me I say, say me I'll do that. And at the time now, Michael Bernard was the then manager. Not the team manager, right? He was a part of the whole organizing structure on it garden. He could sign a release for me to leave on it. And me and Bernard did cool. And Bernard always I said to me, say, Gada, if you want further your career, you can't stay so.
Yeah, that's what Bernard do. He was a part of the setup.
Yeah, time I say, you're disciplined youth. I'm a say you're serious about your thing, but I don't feel if you stay, So I say, all right, cool. And we go. And Bernard signed my release. We go. Hazard.
So, with no money them time there, free?
Free, no chat. I don't even know nothing name transfer. Somebody switch club.
So somebody's asking if at that time were you offered any money to play when you were at Arnett?
No. When they're on it now, I play because a man see me and like me and I want me leave the club. You know, a man they come and a man they play this week and a man give you $2,000, a man give you $1,000. And at the time it seems like enough to us. You know what I mean? I say?
Yeah.
See? So at that time now, nobody never get no money for playing a football.
Okay. So you leave
You know,
on it get promoted. You leave on it. You
went to
gone to
Hazard.
Hazard now. How did your
Yeah.
teammates feel because you're the captain?
You know, honestly, I have up till today, I have that respect from each and every one of them, you know. It's like a man just know but say, you know, I just time for a man make a change and them say me it one good, you know. So everybody, I mean, it wasn't how can I put it now? No, there was no animosity towards me. Up to
Okay.
today, Arnett Garden, more animosity is toward the man who signed the release. Me.
Oh,
Yes, so I said, I mean, I've never been disrespected at Arnett Garden, even when I go there playing against them. I have the love same way. If I go Arnett Garden, I can just walk into Arnett Garden, no issue. Up to today, right? People at Arnett love me. See? Love me. Playing for Arnett Garden one time I went to Wadada and we play a game in Wadada and Toffee. We
that's what
tackle
in the
Toffee and
Premier. You play for, but anyway, how did you end up
no
playing for
man.
that? You went back to Arnett at some point in your career.
Hold on. No man, we play, you know, so me I lose it. We play Wadada. What we play Wadada in? It wasn't an all island knockout. Because we never get demoted.
Man, you play a season at Arnett Garden, man. In the
That, you know,
Premier
so you
League.
know, so we play a season in the Premier League, it look like. All right, but no man. Yo, all right, correction, people. Correction. When
Yeah.
I went to Arnett Garden the first season, they were in the Premier League and they got demoted.
Okay. Okay.
That's it. They got demoted and then we'll go back up.
Okay.
That's how
Okay.
it is. Yeah, the first
Okay.
season when I leave school, we're gonna finish the season down there, Arnett Garden. Yes.
And they're in the
And then we
Premier
got
League,
demoted.
and they got
And then we
demoted.
were in the Premier League, then we're out. At the time it was Cravenere League. It wasn't a Premier League, it was Cravenere League.
Yeah.
And we got demoted that year, and then we go back in and then we play the Major League. Remember the both league up at the same time.
Right. Right.
Major League and Premier League. So that was the issue. We are playing Major League and Premier League. See? And we got knocked out of the Premier League and we start playing the Major League second year.
Okay.
Yeah, then we
All
get
right.
them.
So you're
Yeah.
talking about a game with what other now?
What other we play? What other what you call it?
Jared Park.
No, Jared Park, no. Wembley.
Wembley. Yes.
Yeah. And after we play Jared Park at Wembley, I tackle this guy, Toffee, them call him.
Toughy Barnes.
And yeah, not a Toffee Barnes, yeah. And I tackle him and he fell. But when he fell, you know, both of our legs were entwined. And it's like him sit down like him don't want to get up. So I use my foot and I just ease him off of me. You know, spectacle him roll and go on and what other people start tell me how much string tie up my parents and
Yeah.
who for under who and over who and yeah. At the time now they have a little the sea right beside there and a
Yeah, man.
tree.
Right beside Wembley. Yeah.
Yeah man, on it, but some people spectator from on it was on the team bus right there. As soon as them start telling me that, you know, man, peer back in the tree, man, and man, I jump out of the tree, the water. And I said, well, can't deal with the general, so I disrespect them. You just look back by them thing, you just laugh. When you play for Arnett, it seems like you're a monster, man. Yeah, man. Nobody can do nothing, man. People back you to the ground.
All right, man. All
Yeah,
right. So
yeah, man.
now you play for Arnett Garden, promoted, demoted, promoted. You're
Yeah,
leaving now to go to Hazard,
Hazard.
which is where your career really took off.
Yeah, and this is when
Because
I can tell you.
how long did it take for you to recover from? Did you start the season at Hazard or it took you some
Yeah,
while because
man.
your
Yeah,
leg was
man.
broken?
Remember that season end now, so I've Jackie Bell with a play now, you know, so
Okay.
me'd have for my leg, then me give me 6 weeks,
Okay.
right? And then let me tell you, say, I was a tough kid, right? Because even the plaster, me Herman give me the money for take out the plaster and I go and the people them like them I said them couldn't take it off and me have to go back home. I want to go back home and me cut it off myself.
Okay.
Yeah man, cut it off and my uncle look Marg and you know, me try recover myself. Sons, And I walk on the sand every day and recover, you know. And before that, now I start go to Hazard and I do my thing.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
man, and
and then you start the season with Hazard.
yeah, man, start the season with
All right.
Hazard.
Do you remember your first season playing for Hazard?
Yeah, man, it
You say
was what,
Horace Reed was the
91,
coach. 91.
91. Yeah,
All right.
Horace Reed was the coach, and that time now
Who were
you
some of the
had
players you had?
Donovan Panton, remember Shrimpy Clark, Clive Ninja Smith. That time Boys Town got banned, you know. So you see all of them Boys Town player there. Jack, all of those Boys Town players,
Oh,
that
end up
one
coming to Hazard.
end up coming to Hazard. Yeah, so
Okay.
Hazard at the start of the study
That
team, you know.
can't be star study team, I know with nothing, man. But go
Yeah,
ahead.
boy, may I tell you, Zane, but we were doing well. The first game we played Reno. At that time Reno was the big team.
Yeah, Reno was it. But go ahead and tell us about the
Yeah,
first
Reno
game.
was the big team, so we all played. No, I mean we that play, but when we buck Reno, sold out Alqua. You talk about almost 10,000 people in a one little park.
Yeah,
Sold
yeah.
out. Yeah, man. And at the time, now you remember, say you have the bowl of boys down, you know, so you know, say me at the bench, me depend.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
man, the bench, me find myself on, and you know, we lost that game 2 to
This is
1.
this is
91.
1991 season
No, sorry, 1990 season,
or
not 91.
1990. Okay,
1990 season. Yeah.
okay,
See? Yeah. And you know, we lost that game. But after that game, then I start playing. Now
okay. So,
never
so
sit on the
you
bench
and you and
again.
who play centre back?
Me and Badas Corbett,
Okay.
Anthony Corbett, yeah. And then never sit on the bench again, and we are going to do a thing, and we do well. And we are, so that is the time now where we at Wadada now. This is it now 91 now when Agla got banned from under 23. Agla played 90. Hello? Yo,
Hearing you. I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you, man. Go ahead.
yeah, man. Agla
Got banned.
got banned. So they were looking for a centre back for Jamaica team. You see what I say? And Horace Reed came to me and I say, you know, say they reach out to him in regards to me playing for Jamaica. I say, yeah. So we'd have play as Wadada at Alcoa, right? Because remember that time now, you know, you had Clive Smith and most of the national man, them Corbett was the captain, you see what I say? So we want a match up now. So Mr. Reed said it to me and we played Wadada and we lost the game 2 to 1. And after the game, I mean, it was, trust me, it was one of them last when we really never take likely. You know what I mean? I say it's like a goal scored against us in the last minute of play and we lost 2-1. But after the game, you know, I sat on the field because I was disappointed. And Horace Reed walk over to me and he must say, well done, son, well done. You know, I mean, look up. I said, but we lose. And I said, don't worry about that. I saw it go. And you know, the following week, we get called up for play for Jamaica.
This is the under 23 team.
No, the senior team.
Senior. So you say Hagler got banned. Did you know why he was banned?
They went to some tournament and there was a whole heap of little thing that took place. I wasn't there, I don't know, but they said something. It was published about some cornflakes and people that take away cornflakes and mix up. Some whole heap of mix up. I don't
Okay,
remember.
okay.
Right, so then is when I get my call up and, you know, 91 now, we're in at the thing and we are work. You know, put in the work. You know, we won the Shell Cup that year.
So you're part of the Shell Cup team that won.
Yeah.
Okay. You're a starting centre back.
General, I'm not bench, you know.
That's so like you forget that the boys thought you couldn't even get on the field, you know. You see?
I tell you, we never start, right? Yeah, you know, but yeah, you know, we start and finish, and the weird part about that thing, you know, you see, when we
You
reach
and
that
Corbett
final,
playing centre back, right?
Yes, centre back. So when we reached that shell final, we're playing well and I do well, And one thing I can tell you, I have never, with that set of players, I have never played and was offered incentives and lose. Never. That 91 game, Mr. James, Tony James, big president, came to the hotel and he was like, guys, remember Trinidad just missed out on the World Cup, and Trinidad had to good. So he was like, guys, if you guys win this finals, each of you get $30,000. Man, them said $30,000, brother. See, I rest that history. Jamaica won that game. you know.
You beat Trinidad.
Yeah, man, we beat Trinidad in the stadium.
Okay. And you got the 30,000.
And yeah, of course, we did.
All right, wonderful.
See, then,
so that is 1991. This is now
yes.
your second season at Hazard.
Yes. No, that was my first season at Hazard.
Your first season. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 1991 season.
Right. Yeah. Well, they run concurrently. So sometimes, when I say one season, you start from that start this year and end up in the next year. Yeah. So then we went to Gold Cup. The first game I played, it was different. I mean, when you went into the stadium there, the Coliseum, I mean, the grass, first thing, was something we have never played on before because, I mean, very manicured feel. You feel the grass. When you step, your boots are covered with grass. We're not used to them things. We used to some tough things. So I tackle a man and my boots itch in the grass and me twist my ankle and I couldn't play the next game. The same broke foot. Yeah, hurt and I couldn't play the next game. So that was it for my season, my tournament right there.
Okay. All right, let's take a couple of comments and sing, and then we'll get back to now the 1991-92 season with you. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Somebody, Peebo Rebel saying, who was better, you or Hagler?
Say.
Because they always talk about you being rough house defender,
Yeah, but the two are we good in our own unique way. You know what I say? Yeah. See, I was aggressive, but I was more calm.
Yeah.
With my aggression. Hagler just don't care. You know what I say? See? Is but and the weird part, me and that young man was so tight, See, there was all things where, I mean, if we still have time, we went to Barbados and we play a game. It was a practice game against Barbados and Coach Brown rest me and Hagler. And, the game started to get aggressive. Where the Bayesian them a kick way. And I behave, the game I get out of hand. And Coach Brown said, Hagler gotta warm up. And when the two of us got up and started to warm up, the coach came over and said, no, we're not afraid. Got it. So we tone it down. And the man said, all right. And the two of us just sit down back. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Just like that. The two of us just went back and we just sat down. And the game just calm.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Mark Gaza is asking who played left back in the 1991. Who was the starting left back in the 1991 Gold Cup team?
Cabra, man.
Yeah.
Barrington Gainer.
And who was right back?
Donovan Pantan.
Okay, and then you and Cabra, and then you and...
Me and Badas inside.
Badas inside.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Clive Smith in goal.
Eh?
And Clive Smith was in goal?
Clive Smith in goal, yeah.
Yeah.
Even a good goalkeeper, when I say never, he made the team, but he never get recognized. Chris Da Costa.
Yeah, because he was at Hazard as well. He was at Hazard with you. Yeah.
Bad goal. But Clive was so good. You know what I say?
Yeah. All right, so first season at Hazard, you get called to the national team, won the Shell Cup, went to the Gold Cup, got injured, ankle got twisted. What was the next season like?
Yeah, the next season, that was 91-9. So 92-93 is when Hazard won their first Premier League.
Okay.
right? But that for that time now, most of the time still for the early part of the thing, we were most of the team, me and Butters was really out because of national duty. You see what I mean? I say? So you had some people who Chris Da Costa never got back also Chris was there. Pekka, Albert Ashley, Carl Binger, Robert Dyke, Owen Harrison, Linval Dixon was playing then because he was the schoolboy now. Linval was playing then, you know. So those are the players that time. Those are the players now who start take over the team, you know. With me and Butters absent because remember me and Butters sent Slayton Blair, you know. Yeah, the whole so they were determined to win. That
Yes.
season only 3 goals scored against us, you know, in Premier League, you know. Because Chris Da Costa, the defense decides that we're not give up no goal. Only 3 goals scored against us the entire season. Right? So it was an easy fit for when we came back, me and Butters. You know, even when we came back to the first semi-final, right? That game was between Reno. Yeah, I think it was Reno. And Butters didn't start. Me and Nicky start. Because, you
Nicky,
know,
who's
man,
Nicky?
Nick St. Slayton.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know?
because they beat Arnett Gardner in the finals.
Yeah, right? Yeah, so, you know, then, I mean, Butters and Mr. Reed had some issues, to be honest. you know, yeah, they couldn't say eye to
Yes.
eye, but so I make the captain sit down still. You
Yeah.
know, we never like, you know, we never
Yeah,
like each
yeah.
other, you know?
So how
But
did
that's
you
so it
manage,
go.
man, going up against Arnett here, Arnett, man, and Hazard and Arnett going to meet in the final of the Premier League? You're going to go up against all of them players that you played with in your first season, the Belly Dias, the Byron Earl, the Marco Pratt, the Herbert Richards, I don't know if he was still there,
Yeah,
Eugene
man,
Williams, Lucian Anderson, all of them are coming.
all of them.
Yeah.
And, we came out on top, you know?
What was that
Bec-
game like for you? I don't did the junglist receive you.
You know, the weird part about it is we play hard, but I played safe that game. Because, you see, these players, I had a bond with and we have respect for each other. That's what I say.
Yeah.
And they know what I could do. So they know the chances to take. You see what I say? And I know what certain people were capable of. So I know how to approach it.
Yeah.
So it was just, it's just respect for each other. I mean, but remember me have the Jamaica captain I play alongside me, Owen Harris. I tell you, he never get the chance what me feel him could have played for Jamaica as well. You see what I say? You have Dan on the outside, It just good. It just trust me. We just have a overall thing where the youth them just decide say them are gonna win. And with me or without me, I felt like that team would win any which way you take it. You know, it's just how the guys wanted it. So with me or without me and Butters, I feel like they could have won.
So right, so you won that at Hazard. I think only one title you won at the time with the time at Hazard.
Hazard and my club.
No man, no man. I'm saying that in terms of how many times you won the league at Hazard? Once.
No man, 2 times.
Oh, you won it two
Two
times.
time, and then we went to like about what? About 4 finals.
93, and when again you won it?
We won 93. We won what? 95.
No man, 95. Reno and Constant Spring went
Come
final.
on, yeah, how much? Hold on, then. Me have to get them record for Mr. Reed, But about 3 times we win, man. Because we know that Paul Young playing.
Both have been after 96. Because once you won in 92, 93.
We won 9. The
Violet
first one we
Kickers,
won. The second one we
Violet
never
Kickers
did
won
well.
94. Reno won 95.
Yeah.
96. Violet Kickers won.
Come continue now. Look at it. Continue the stats.
No, you know, so I have the stats up to 1996. That is
man.
the issue.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, man. So we won Portmore. Remember, sir, we won Premier League, what, five times?
Yeah, man. No, man. I'm just talking about your era because I know you have won more. I'm just trying to figure out how many titles you won, not Hazard.
Okay, one. One I won. The 93 I won, but
The team
the
won
rest
more
of them
titles
was
after that
like I
now.
was
Yeah.
like on the staff coaching. Like we start
Okay,
coach
okay.
now.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
you know.
All right.
So I'm start coach the
All
youth
right.
team. Yeah, but before even that, you know, I play on 91 after 93 after we won the Premier League, and you know most of my thing now is mostly with Jamaica now. You know.
Right, right.
Yeah,
So
me
that's
never
what we're going to
really.
segue into because a lot of people also asking a lot of questions. So let me just get up a couple of the comments.
Yeah,
All
man.
right. Vibing for you one. Listen, we're trying as best as possible to get, we can't segue into it until the persons want to come on the platform. You understand me? So if you can get in touch with them, fine. But we're trying our best to get in touch with as many of the former players as possible. Sometimes it's very difficult because not everyone like to. You have to respect people's privacy, and you understand me. Not everyone is as confident yet, so give them some time and see. All right, and then our house music asking if did you have the measure of Black Pearl?
Yeah,
How did
man.
you?
Black Apart played me at Hazard, man.
No, well, what he's trying to find out is when you had to play against him, how did you manage?
That listen, that was easy.
Yeah,
That was easy.
really, the Black Pearl, you
Yeah,
easy to
man. Black
manage the
Apart
Black
was
Pearl?
easy, man. Let them tell you, man.
Really?
When
All right.
hey, you know, say me as one footballer ask blacks have never ever deceived blacks. You
Yeah.
say because me and blacks close, me and blacks used to spar, no, come foreign, everything, you know. No disrespect to it, but blacks know me take off him ankle, man.
All right. So let
And
me
a
ask
great
you,
pearl, that lad. Yeah, the pearl is
who
bad.
is the attacking player who gives you the most problem during the playing days?
Oh, this little man, you say Wayne Palmer.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, man. Wayne Palmer was something else. You say T-Gat.
Yes.
Jeez, them is it them two player really? It's like you don't know what them are gonna do.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh gosh. Them man I like the T-Gat was very, very, very difficult to mark.
Yeah.
Right? And the weird part about it, I always have the honor to do that.
Okay. What about Roger Reed? Yeah. Have you ever gone up against him?
Yeah, man, we go up against Richie, but as I'm saying, me and even with the national thing now, Richie and me becomes like brothers. So Richie, no care what, Richie now gonna try embarrass me at no time. I mean, I gonna try hurt him. So you have certain players still, you know, where
Yeah. Respect is
play,
there. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, man. Certain players will play. We were so close. We had respect for each other. We never try. And I said the national players, them
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
no time, I have ever tried to hurt or even tackle them aggressive.
Yeah.
I just always try to win the ball
But
because
well,
we have
you
that
see,
level of respect, and me that put the country first to say
yeah.
if me go hurt a man, me I go lose out.
Yeah.
So you know that was one of my thinking when me come up against my teammate, national players.
Somebody asking about Jim Dandy because Jim Dandy always score upon Hazard.
Yeah, well, you know, yeah, but no, Jim Dandy. Remember, Jim Dandy is a runner, you know, and me can run too, you know. So
Yeah. So
it's
so so
just that with Jim Dandy,
Him
and
always a score. Him always a slip a
yeah,
score
you
upon
know, it's
Hazard.
just it's like as me I say, they never wanted me to really pick up Jim Dandy. You know, one or two times I say, boy, I gotta mark Jim Dandy. And Jim Dandy, I mean, like he'll be out of the game and then he'll just pop up.
Yeah.
So him smart, to be honest with you. He's very smart because like he knows that I'm good in certain areas. So what he is like him isolate me and then do him thing
Then do
around
your
me.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
you know,
All right.
and he was good at that.
Yeah, man. Listen, Mark Gaza. Listen, Mark Gaza is asking if you're sure. He said, man, I watched the 91 final and honestly think Cabra was the right back. Ask him if he's sure Pantan was right back and Cabra left back.
No man, oh no man, Cabra was the right back, Pantan was the left back.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry. Yeah
All right.
man.
There you go.
Cabra, the greatest Brini, was the right back and Pantan. The left back used to share between Pala Wilson and Donovan Pantan.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Kampala was
and
in that
Cabra
side.
was the greatest ever.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
Right
The
back.
late Cabra. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The late
Bless him
Cabra. All
soul.
right. So no. So I mean, let's talk about your time. What was your experience like in the national program? I mean, after 1991, I mean, you guys had a couple of campaigns trying to get to the World Cup that you never got through. Things were tough. I mean, here's some of the stories of you guys staying in the national stadium upstairs, and just how difficult things were. What was your experience, um, in the national program in those early years?
The early years, you remember say like national team, I was always a player who wanted to play for my country. So I mean, if you ask me to sleep on the floor for my country, I think I would do it and have no issues. See, because I know that, I wanted to play for my country. We were upstairs, the stadium, mosquito, it wasn't comfortable, but we just make the most of it, knowing that this is the condition. And remember again, we wasn't really exposed to certain level. You see what I mean? I say? So we thought that this was the norm for most of us. You see what I mean? I say? So we just try to make the most of it. And I mean, as me I tell you, say, starting, that maybe is one of the reasons why we were so tight knit, because of the condition. I mean, if we're going on the road and me I say, boy, like, I'm hungry and me I go buy a burger, a man will say, bring a burger for me. If the whole team want a burger, the person that go on the road buy a burger for everybody, and they never came back and said like, give me back the money, or we never did that. We were so tight knit. If we're going, everybody going. If we buy something and somebody want, we get for everybody. So my experience was more like it was more like one big happy family, regardless of the conditions. We just try to make the most of it and just think positive. And I feel that was a part of the strength in the unit. We just never complain about much. We just accept it and just try to know. So when I go out there for play, I just ball. Yeah.
I know you said that you weren't being paid when you were at Arnett, but were you being paid when you were at Hazard?
Yeah, but I say that's about a start.
Okay,
Yeah, at the
okay.
time, yeah, we weren't
Yeah.
getting much as me say, but at least, say month
Could
time,
stop a gap.
yeah, you get a stopper gap, you have an issue. I mean, with Azato, it was like more a family environment also, because when we used to travel, whenever I used to travel in a bus, it's like people with cars and van. That's how Azad used to travel. And after
Okay.
games, we used to have meals where we stop at the roadside and we eat, we drink, you know, just fun. Yeah, man, it was just fun. So at the time, yeah, we used to get me as one of the players. Now me a national player, so we used to get a thing.
Okay. All right. All right. So let's segue into this now. When you look at football in Jamaica now, at the schoolboy and at the Premier League level, what do you say when you look back at your time? What are the comparisons, or what are some of the things you think, man, these things have not gotten better? They have either stayed the same or they are even gotten worse.
Well, all right, at the schoolboy level, with my time, as I said, there weren't so many high schools. You see what I mean? I say, and even the secondary schools, when they have the quality player, they tend to end up at one of the traditional high schools, which make those schools very competitive, right? So at the time, Manning Cup, Dakasta Cup was the ultimate. So there wasn't, as I said, so much high school. So everybody wants to go play Manning and Dakasta Cup. So you find out if they keep going to the lesser schools and taking out the quality, you find out that the league and the level of the standard of the league is much higher than now. Because right now, to when I look on schoolboy, football is like you have one good player, right? And 10 players, which is not as good. So it's like one man against the world. And a lot of the lower schools, that is happening, right? The traditional schools, they are still getting the better players to come play for them. So my thing on the schoolboy football is, I mean, everybody has to get a chance, yes, but it is so open now where everybody is an high school and everybody wants to play into the Manning Cup. The quality is getting less because the competition is less. You see what I mean? I say? So, say for instance, if like a Kingston College, then you know, say, if you get into a KC, you have to dip on top of your game. You know, now a man with average talent can go a KC and play.
Okay.
You see what I mean? I
Okay,
say?
so what you mean?
Which
Yeah, yeah.
before now, you know, say, a
That could
average
not
man
happen.
couldn't go to
Yeah,
KC
yeah.
because them going to the secondary school and them take a guy which is above average and bring him into the school. So if me as a little man now say me I go train, me have to dip on top of my thing too. You know what I mean? I say? See? So one of the thing, I mean, it's good and it's bad because like it gives more kid the opportunity, but yet still it doesn't give a good player at a lesser school the opportunity to showcase his talent how he should be showcased because the supporting cast is not as good. You get what I'm saying?
Man, you're totally right because a lot of us has been, and I mean, I had Jackie Walters on recently, and he was even suggesting that we probably should have two divisions, to
Yeah,
raise the competition level. Just like in this case, a lot of the things they have different
yes.
divisions in terms of collegiate sports. That's probably something we need to look at and think. But what about the Premier League and the standard of play in the Premier League and just the support for it? No, because you just talked about at Alcoa having 10,000 people in a small venue. You understand me? And traveling to the Jarrett Park, traveling to Arnett Gardens to play, traveling to Reno to play. And the other big teams around at that time. What was it like then? And what are some of the things, like I said, that you think are so different now? Why many people don't even have any interest in watching the Premier League, the local Premier League?
All right. When we were playing Premier League, there wasn't that much video games around. You know, we barely had VCR and thing, you know. So people back then
So video
had
games,
to
you mean
find
like PlayStation and
PlayStation and all
Xbox
them
and
thing.
those
Them thing
things?
they take
Okay.
we from the thing because back then people wanted something to do and people got attached to the game. And then at that time, back then, when you come here, all right, just for instance, use this as an example. You see a Waterhouse have a play a Hazard then, and a man look first thing a man look pan, a man look pan, oh, Dijab is a good player, Gadaffi is a good defender. So that matchup supposed to look good. So a man are gonna make the effort to see that matchup. You see, nowadays we don't really have them matchup there. You know what I mean? I say, saying every team Premier League back then used to have very outstanding players. It doesn't matter how weak the team is. We used to have quality players, right? So people used to want to see the matchup. And generation has changed now too. You know what I say? People are there's so much distraction now there. If you're not playing quality football, nobody now gonna waste the time. You know what I say? And I feel right now the local Premier League, we not get the youth them not serious about what they actually want to achieve out of this thing. I mean, people are getting money, and I feel like the talent now is satisfied with being in Jamaica, earning. Hey, I'm gonna get $150,000. You know, they're satisfied. But the vision is, which a lot of players,
Well, let me just tell you that really happened in Jamaica. Very few people get them kind of money there in football in Jamaica.
see, you see what I say? So the vision is, it's funny. Me have a young man I coached here, and he's now with Portmore down there. Um, good, good youngster. He's just 17. Good youngster. He might try to be a professional. Um, I am guiding him in the right direction. I mean, I know my experience with Portmore. I sent him there to see if we could get further assistance.
This is a Jamaican.
He's an American, but Jamaican parents.
Okay.
So he's there right now. Hopefully, we can get him in the youth program and help him, to get to where he want. You know what I mean? I say, and he has good talent, he has good discipline, work ethics. So I'm just trying to help him along the way. You see what I say? So as I say, one of the things we need to be as committed to as local players is we need to inspire to go abroad to play, not just to stay at Jamaica. And when I say go abroad, I don't mean go there for the wrong reason, Because some of will say like, yeah, I want to play professional football, but why? You want to play professional football to what professional football bring, the luxury. See? But you're not willing to make the sacrifice in order to get the luxury. So in other words, you want to just not put in the work and just expect that everybody will come and say, yeah man, Gada is a good player, So me will send him to England go play. And then I just go England go draw my foot and you pay me this amount of money. No. Everything, as I tell people all the while, man, you say sacrifice, you have to make sacrifice in order to achieve. And one of the things I always tell players, listen, if you're young, you have your whole life ahead of you, put in the work, get to where you want, and see when you get to where you want, you say all of the fandangles that is happening around you, you can afford them, right? So it wouldn't be a struggle no more. Your family can live good, you can live good. Yes, what I say, good life. See, so when I coach, even here when I coach at the high school and I tell the guys at the school, use soccer right now as an internship, right? Because it's a job, right? And you have to realize that it is a job. And you can make good living in doing what you love. So just take it as an internship. If you don't go pro, you still can get a scholarship for play college ball and you leave with a degree. So any which way you take it, if you're serious about it, it can be a win-win for you. You see? And these are the kind of things I kind of tell these kids, which don't just look on the glamour and the material things that it can give you. You know what I say? Put your mind and try to set yourself goals where you want to go and what you want to achieve and that time frame on it. And work towards achieving it.
A very, 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 very valid and solid point that you make, and thing. I hope the youngsters listening will heed that advice. Now, I know you have been following the World Cup campaign and stuff. What are your thoughts on the national team, the playing of the team, the leadership of the team, from the administrative point, the possibilities of us qualifying, and the coaching of the team? What are your thoughts on the pool of players that we have?
Well, I can't tell you this much. That the pool of players that we have quality. See, that is all right. Let me deal with it. Break it down first.
Yeah.
The pool of players we have quality. Is the pool of players we have is committed? I am not sure, right? But I am not around them, so I can't say. You see what I say? I can't say. But we have to find out firstly if these players are committed or they're just using Jamaica to help boost the resume. See? So we have to get that first. In my belief is right now we have to give the best shot. That is that right now. But this is what I truly believe. Jamaica, we are not, how you put it now, we are looking for a ready done team, which I feel like if we're gonna qualify for the World Cup, we have to have a local based team. Right? We have to have local players which are available to us disposal anytime. So that is where we have to start locally. We have to set ourselves a target and say, we need, all right, we are doing a 10 years, 8-year program, and these are the players, we have them training locally. We find a set of players that is capable enough, and then we start inviting international players, not no whole bunch of players, but start finding players that we need to fit the system and injecting them in the system. You feel me? I say so. We're not looking for just all right. We'll get some man and we'll play because them play Premier League or because they do this and they do that. We're gonna just get them in and just make a Jamaica team. No, you have to make sacrifice, brother. Zane, and this is the mistake we keep making. We call up a whole bunch of foreigners, and which my thing is, we are Jamaicans. We have to have a local base core of players that is qualified enough, capable enough to represent us. Not because they are not overseas, but if we don't in the mindset for say our local people, right, to get them developed to a level where they are internationally capable, it don't make no sense. Because when you look at that international calendar, you get a player for, well, 3 or 4 days before a game. Tell me now, we can't what we all do? Or we can you find that chemistry? You see, when we have a set of players which is local based, we have them on a regular, we have them at with this boy, we call them and we play, and then we start say, all right, Gadaffi now not strong enough. Me I go England and get a Mariapa and put him there and see how him and Linval look. You see what me I say? All right, that look good? Cool. Me left back now. See? Me have Lawrence. Lawrence at work. All right, let me go locally and see if I find a Whitmore. Let me see how Whitmore look locally, then I put him and Lawrence. Okay, Lawrence and Whitmore they're on the same level. Or Lawrence a little more above him. We can work and develop him locally. You see what I say? And we try to build the thing that way. Because if the longer you have players, are the better results you're gonna get. Because them can form their own chemistry. You can form your own system. So it helps you along the way. So we don't need a bunch of players. We need people to do what this man can do. You get what I say? Can I understand what I say?
Yeah, man. But what some persons would say though is this. Yeah, true. But our best local players don't stay locally anymore. Like in your days.
Yeah.
For example, they will say to you, Damian Lowe is in Egypt. They're saying to you, for example, the local born player, right? Number one, they'll say that Leon Bailey is not in Jamaica. Kyle Paris is not in Jamaica. Kemar Lawrence is not in Jamaica. So even your best set of locally born players are not here either. So are you saying that with all of those, because if you're going to use the idea that build a local core, then you can't put Kemar Lawrence in there.
Right.
You can't put Damian Lowe in there because he's not local. And if he can come in and fit, then they're going to say to you, any other players born in England can come in because they are all out of Jamaica anyways. You understand what I'm saying?
You understand what you say? But look on it this way.
Who are the local players? Are the ones, because I agree with you, I agree with you that, and I keep saying this, we should have when the Premier League that just completed earlier this year, in October, the first week of October, we should have found the top under 20 players and get them together from now, 30 of them.
Yes.
All right? Start working with them every single week from now until the 2026 campaign starts.
We don't have to do every single week, but we can do like 2 weeks out of every month, and the closer it gets, the more we keep them.
Right. That's what we need to do. I agree with that. And then as time progresses, they say, all right, we don't have a good centre back, so let's find one outside of Jamaica, maybe in the States, maybe in England, maybe wherever, it don't matter. Jamaican or Jamaican, wherever they are. Let's find. All right, let's find a centre forward. Let's find, because we need around 4 or 5 players to integrate to make the thing work. You and I agree on that, and I think that needs to happen. However, like I think the challenge some of the younger people have now is that they're saying that if a player is playing in England, I'm telling you what they're saying, you know, and because they have a point. If a player is playing in Premier League, he must be better than a player playing in the Jamaica local league, because the best Jamaican players are not even in Jamaica.
Right.
So if for example, a Mikel Antonio can't want to play for Jamaica and he can't make it, and the man say using a player who play in the local Premier League out there, they're going to say, how can this man be so good? Can't leave Jamaica, but him can play for Mikel. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
there,
You understand what I say?
yeah. But I totally agree with you that we need to build the local foundation
Yeah.
on an ongoing basis and integrate players. I think the issue now is that because we start from the top, because that's what's happening right now, you know, we're starting from the top. And so when you bring in players, people are saying that you go find them on the right, so he's no better than what we have here, so he's probably just at the same level. So why did you go for him? That happened because we have not been building from the ground up. And I like what this person has said, that expansion leads to dilution. You understand me? So I agree with you. I think we need to really start looking at, but anyways, you know, I'm not going to I believe we need to start looking at 2026 from today.
Yeah, man.
From today, we need to be looking at who are the players we're going to work with in Jamaica. Are the Jamaicans we're going to work with for 2026? Jamaicans from all over. And start getting the names together, creating the pool, and start finding a way from today to get them to meet on a consistent basis up until 2026. We cannot wait until 2 years' time.
Exactly. And I feel like we should have a youngster understudying one of these players. So every player that we have, whenever Cam call up, we have a youngster understudying one of these players. You feel me? I say? So if we call a camp and we bring in the man them, at least bring some youngsters among them, make them see, understand. If it's even have this session over here, but everybody should have an understudy, because we are thinking about the future too, you know.
Yeah.
This way me I say. So we have to make them share them experience, you know, and them knowledge with a youngster. And that is the building process. See? That is what we need for Bilan.
Do you believe though, with how football is right now? Because one of the other bone of contention in Jamaica is, if we have so many of our players, right, playing in Europe, shouldn't the coach have a sort of understanding of European style football or the courses in those things, so that they can learn it? Because if most of your players, your top players, are going to be playing in the leagues all over Europe, shouldn't the coach be somebody who have some knowledge of the European style of play, systems of play, to be better able to manage the team?
No.
Yeah.
All right. Hear me say in regards to that. We have to work on this and look on this logical. Watch. In order to reach the World Cup, we have to look at the oppositions.
Yeah.
Right? The opposition is the CONCACAF region. Our focus should be looking at the region first.
Dark. Yeah, we're trying to see about you're gone dark, and you're gone in the darkness.
Hold on, guys, I get dark up here now, you know.
yeah. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
See? Yeah. The first thing we should do is we have to try to figure out our region style of play, the system that the Mexico, the US, the El Salvador, the Panama, we have to try to figure out a system how we get past these players before we even start thinking about Europe. Because in order to reach a World Cup, we're not playing a European team. We are playing the South American CONCACAF teams. You feel me I say? So when we can beat up the region teams, guess what? We have to reach the World Cup, don't it?
Yes.
When we start reaching the World Cup, then we can start figuring out now, all right, we are in the World Cup, so everything is stages. So we make this one, next one, this is where we have to figure out now. We are playing against England, Mikel playing England, that man play, them kind of have a understanding of the English style of football. So we can include this man to fit here, that man to fit there, that man to fit there, in order now to try beat the European. But my thing is, I'm not even thinking about Europe right now. My talk on this thing is like, me have to figure out my region and how to come out of my region. You see what I mean? I say the Mexico, those kind of team can start think about World Cup. Or basically them qualify already. And this is the thing we have both we, you know. Every time we talk about this region, the team that come up first. US, Mexico. US, Mexico. And me I tell you, say me with what we have, I don't think that those teams are better than us. But psychologically, advantage is a hell of a thing. You see, when people get in your head, it's a crazy thing. You know what I mean? I say? And we just grew up saying that these teams are superior. But if we put them man for man against us, you see the difference, If we match up man to man against them, we are better than it. You see what I mean? I say? So why we can't just put that together and beat up them team, man? You see what I mean? I say, but right now, me not think about Europe, me have to think about the region. And my thing is this: we have all kind of players at our fingertips. I think that what we should do is like we select. So if me I play America, me say, all right, America backline slow. Me need two players with pace up at the top, and we call people, according to what we're doing. See, to fit my system. My thing is, you coach my system. I mean, when me a coach, me coach my system. My system is to beat everybody that I'm playing against. If it works that my system is not working, then I can, within the game, make adjustments in order to see how I can fix it. But what I do, I coach straight my system because how me a coach a system, and because you score 4 goals now, then me a look by you and tell you, say, no, so me a change my system because you score 4 goals. So that means you tell me, say, well, my system and me a coach don't make no sense. See? You have to beat me at my system.
Yeah.
And if my system now work, that is where me come in as a coach and start see the adjustment to make. You see what I say? In order to fix that. Because remember, we are human, You see what I say? What you can do, me can most of the time do it too. And it's just how much I feel like is how much somebody really wants something. Because Jamaicans, when we really want something, we go there and we really get it. You know what I say? And that is something about our culture where we have to recognize. Say we are a set of people, when we say we want something, we are going to get it. And it has been proven over and over again. But it's just to get that out away, at all times on a consistent basis, for try to achieve them things.
I know you have been following the World Cup campaign and watching the team play through the World Cup into the World Cup campaign. What would you say is you have identified as our system of play, given the crop of play that we have?
In all honesty, I'm being honest. I don't really see we have a system where, you can say, boy, I'm going to pass the ball outside, I'm going to square inside. And
Okay.
I don't see that really.
And maybe
But
that is the problem.
could be. But you have to understand still, and this is one of the things when we talk about. I mean, we have players playing in Europe and playing different styles, different formations, and it go back. How can we bring these players in and then figure out how me ever make this man play this and how me ever make this man play that? Because this is what I'm accustomed to at my club. You see? So when you come with different style of play, you have to have some time for put it together to get to where you want across. So that is one of the reasons why I say now, if we have a local core of people
then we use individuals to fix the leaks. You see what I say? Because you remember now, your local core is always there. That are the base of your thing. See? And then the rest of man them now. So we just bring them to fix these leaks.
I want to tell you the situation we're gonna have. If
Uh-huh.
because I'm telling you, I think that the players in Jamaica now are so far off the pace. Because as soon as they get to a certain level, they either
Mm-hmm.
go to MLS or someplace in Europe. So it is we have to find some other way of creating the system and getting the players to know it, because it's 1998 the core. If you come back from the 1991 or 1990 up to 1998,
Yeah.
most of the players were the best Jamaican players were playing locally.
True.
Nowadays, listen, let me can give you. We have around 20 players in the USL, between the USL and MLS alone, or
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
They are not in Jamaica.
Yes.
Like the ones who are left in Jamaica are the ones who are young or not good. That
Yes.
is the truth. The players in Jamaica are the young ones, are the ones who are not good. Because
Right.
if you're really good, you're going to one of the smaller European nations, maybe Slovenia,
Mm-hmm.
maybe in Belgium.
Somewhere.
You're going somewhere. So if you're left in Jamaica, it's like,
The bottom of the barrel.
what you do here, so brother? We don't even
Yeah.
need to look there, which is the
Yeah.
problem. Unless we go, I think part of what we're going to have to do is to find a way of making the local league so good and profitable, financially beneficial, so
True.
that some of these players who are playing what I consider to be the low quality USL can
Yes.
come back to Jamaica and play,
True. That's
because they
true.
are properly being compensated. In other words, if the man earning 2,000 US dollars in the USL, maybe Jamaica need to find a way to pay the footballers 3,000 US
Yeah.
and have a franchise system. That way, you have your Peter Lee Vassell instead of battling and the Lamar Walker playing in a competitive professional setup here in Jamaica with probably like 12 teams, properly managed, properly run, playing on the best surfaces. That way, you can build a local core,
Yeah. True.
because all of your young players going away.
True. And that and too, if I think that Jamaicans, I mean, from even the schoolboy level, I mean, we have to play the same system or develop a system where we teach the players, the system. So it's a cultural system like Brazil. You feel me? I say it's a system where everybody knows. So you see, when you get called on the team, you know the system where you play. So we have to develop a system too, if we're fast and we are runner, we develop a system, say, yeah, you may appear runner, may I use. And we start teaching that as a part of a football culture. You see me? I say, if we use skillful player, we use skillful player. But we have to have a culture in the game too. You understand what I say? We have to have a culture, the football culture, Jamaican football culture. So this is what Jamaicans are good at. We are good at running, so we are going to play the game at a fast pace. You know what I say? We have to kind of develop that kind of culture there, and then, I mean, hey, it all tough. It all got tough, my brother. It now got easy. It all got tough, but we have to start figuring out from now how are we going to cross this hurdle again.
Owen is making a very good point. All the other coaches, the countries, have the same situation.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the Mexican players play outside of Mexico.
Yeah.
A lot of the American players, they kind of have two squads, but majority of the top players play outside of the United States.
Yeah.
But when they come, they seem to like gel together. I mean, you kind of see signs of that, but it has taken too long for us to gel together and understand what you're saying about the development. Is it that at the youth level, and what is used? What do you use? Because you're a coach in in the States, what is the youth development plan
Youth
used by the United States?
soccer is like US have them from very early. Start expose. US identify early talent, right? If even from 10 years old, and them start putting these kids into academies, start bringing these things. This kid, a 10-year-old, him look like him have something. You hear them say them have a thing over here. So Atlanta select. And you see, it's all of the teams them in Georgia, them have the selecting. So them have a league where these kids are not allowed to play high school soccer.
Oh,
They're playing in this competition.
okay.
You feel me? I say them play
These
this
are
competition.
the top quality when they don't play high school soccer.
Don't them try not to make them play high school soccer. So them have
Oh,
some club thing now that them say, boy, the Atlanta select and then put them in a group and then play in this competition. And then the years so now them in the under 12 team, them in the under 30, and that is how US build them thing. Them have them academies, them have them facilities where at least say every 8 weeks, then bring them in together and have a 2 weeks camp. Them and do it this week, bring them in, have a 2 weeks camp. So these players grow and get familiar with each other. Because if me and you are playing at the same competition in a Georgia state, right, we are going to start get to know each other ability. You see what I say? And then, all right, out of this state and that state, them say, all right, these two players can come in the under 13 team. And we put these two players in the under 13 team. Remember, me and you come from Georgia, so we know each other. Then every 2 months now, them have this under 13 team a train together. Me I go start know this man from out of that state. So you see, is that thing then them transition to
yeah.
the U13, U14, U15,
Whoa.
U16, U17, till them reach big man football. So guess what? All of them is familiarized with each other at some point in their development.
Yeah. I see somebody saying here that the US has their domestic players in camp every January.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Them the ramp for call camp. And me I talk about at every level. It's not just senior level. I'm talking about every level and high quality facilities.
Yeah.
Not because the youth team, we will take them and we will put them in our high school. No,
Oh.
no.
That's a very interesting thought because I see even Donovan McGraw say that it's in New York too. It's called Westchester Select. My son
Yeah,
was in it.
yeah. It's how it go.
I
Out
like
there.
that. The best talent don't play high school. They keep them in the select team, which is a very
Yes.
yeah. So they can get
See?
specialized training and development.
Yes. And then you can see the progress and you can see who can make it and who not. You know what I say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to know like some of the players who are probably playing now in the national team, the US national team, who would have come through a process like this. You understand me?
I want to tell you, say, if you check it out, most of them, if you check
Would
it
have
out,
gone through one of these select camps.
most of them, you try to figure out their background and see, most of them come
Very
through the
interesting.
system.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. US is
Somebody
a
saying that
system thing.
yeah. This
And we have to
person
figure out, we have to start doing that also, system. But you see, one of the main downfall to Jamaican football, we keep complaining about the money. You see, if we keep complaining about the money, we're not going away, See? We have to start make sacrifices and make effort. You know what I say? People out there will support the thing, man. See, people out there will support the thing, but just do it. We not wait for people. Just do it, man. See? Because the right way. And the right way could never be the wrong way,
yes.
The
True.
right way could never be the wrong way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
See? So we have to just do the right, just decide, so listen me, gentlemen. We have an 8-year program. And it's going to be tough, but we have to make sacrifices, but we have to try. We have to try. See? And if we try, at the end of the day, if it not work, we can sit down and we say we make an honest effort, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So, whoa, I mean, very interesting, sir. But the other thing is, people are saying that there are so many of you guys. I mean, there are at least a minimum of 20 of you guys who have been a part of the national football team, who are involved in coaching in the states.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, are you guys, is there a way for you guys to give back to this whole developmental process of young Jamaican ballers? Do you find some 16-year-old, 15-year-old, 20-year-old you have worked with and say, hey, I have this player that I think can play U17 for Jamaica, U20 for Jamaica, can be in the national setup? Or, I mean, or do you want me to come back and I don't know, help with this identifying of talent? Like, are you have already given your voluntary service, now it's money time because you have a family? I don't know, like.
No, all right. You know, say me show you a thing. I think happened to me. I have a son, in England, right?
Yeah,
At the time, Desi was what 18, I think.
yeah,
Duki was the under 20 coach. I I was trying to reach Duki. I couldn't get through to him, but I reached out to somebody else.
yeah.
And that person looked at me and said, just send him info and he'll get back to me, because it shouldn't be an issue. And
You're frozen. All right. Look like, okay.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. We missed out on a couple of things, right? So you said that, yes, give the person the info, and
yeah,
they said that they'll reach out to you. But go
yeah.
ahead. That's all we heard.
Nothing else. It never went anywhere. It just was like that. And I was like, you know what? It is what it
That was
is.
the under 23 team.
Yeah, and the player, I think, could
That's your
do.
son.
Yeah,
That's
right.
Desmond
And
Smith
it never
Jr.
happened. And me I say, when me I say just give him a look. It's not like me I say, boy, I'm my son and Ray, because me I say just give him a look and see. If it work out, it work out. If it don't work out, at least you try. You know what me I say?
Yeah.
And it never happened. And as me tell you, say me not really make things bother me certain way, him reach out back to me and me I say just leave that alone. You know what I say? First you have to try to get to the money. Tap no blood.
Whoa, and you're a national player. Can you imagine a person who is not connected to the national program in Atal trying to get his
Exactly.
son to get a lookout?
Exactly. You know
So
what I
is
say?
he
Just give me
still
a
playing
chance.
football?
Huh?
Is he still playing?
Man, stop playing well, him say him still a player, but me look upon him and me I say to him, say, it don't make no sense. Because when we talk and he hasn't been over here for a minute now. And when I look at him the other day, you can't say him have on weight. So there's no way you ever play good football with that, when me say. So me leave it alone. But as me I say, maybe that's opportunity where, maybe if you get this opportunity and do well, maybe you never know. Because sometimes I saw people develop,
Yeah,
me I say
whoa.
just one thing need to give them a different mindset.
It is startling to me, right? Because I'm thinking that you are like you're a household name in terms of the national program. I mean, you have connection. You would have played with the present coach. You
Uh-huh.
say, and you have a son that plays in England and couldn't get a look in the Jamaica under 23 team. Not to be in the squad,
Yeah.
but to look at the
Look at.
person. Now, the thing is that you can imagine, again, a man who never played for Jamaica, who have a son in England or let me use some other, in Panama or
Yeah.
in Costa Rica or in Turkey, who says, listen, I want my son to play for Jamaica. Take a look at him. And could we be missing, maybe we are missing out on some talent because of these things. Because we
Exactly.
don't have a system of even doing that.
Yeah.
Maybe that is a problem. We don't have a system of how do we deal with You understand me? How do
Yeah,
we deal with a Jamaican who has a child outside of Jamaica that wants to play for the national team?
yeah, hey, it can't hurt to look upon him, it not cost you nothing.
We don't have a system. That's what I'm saying. That maybe we need to know the system. You know what I'm going to call somebody from the GFF need to, because they are listen. All right, this is not bad for Jamaican men. I'm not trying to put Jamaican men down or anything, but Jamaican men have whole children all over the world. You know?
Yeah, man.
You understand me? So,
Woman
what?
too.
Yeah, women as well, women as well. What what I think needs to be clear to people is the pathway. In other words, what is the path? And it cannot be talk to this person, talk to this. There must be one pathway that we know that this is the pathway of doing it. One,
Yeah, man.
you email this place, you get a response in X time. Then, but you understand me? And
Yes.
everybody, because there are many. All right, you know what? I know, Mr. Smith, and you know this. Tell us how much footballer you know live overseas and have kids. More than
Whole
10,
heap.
don't? More than 10, don't?
Yeah, man, whole heap.
All right.
But the thing about it is, as me say, you see, when you come so and you try make the link, a man don't give it the time of day. And me have people reach out to me already, with I tell me about talent. And my thing is the thing about this. Me have a reputation. I say if I don't know you and I don't see you play,
Yes.
I can't recommend you. But I'll give you a contact. Me I
Right.
say that's how I operate. Me say, all right, here what? Call the JFF. This is a JFF number. Call the JFF. See who you can speak with. Not for the time I ask them to ask for Mr. Bell. Oh wait,
Yeah.
right? I'm going to say, and see what can happen because I'll never recommend somebody that I don't see play, right? Because I have my reputation. I don't want a man say, God has sent a youth and him can run straight, right? I don't do that. So if you see me, I recommend somebody who I see play and I know they must have some ability. That is how I do it. I don't do things because a friend and a friend said a friend. No, I don't do that. I don't play them things, right?
See,
Because I have to protect my reputation also. So I put myself in a position where if I say, Tapa, see a man there, he must can match up, you know. That's how I operate.
you see, you just got me in trouble. I was trying to keep the females out of the thing. I know the dean of discipline in the comment section, Claudia, has said, just said, don't have to drag the woman into it. And so we are trying. So we apologize. We apologize,
Yes, man.
Claudia, and I will refrain from doing any such thing again for the rest of this thing. But this is Devonport always talking about you. He said, man, this is the problem we have with the football and the people who are in charge. And this is why I do what I do to assist players who want to represent Jamaica. And I'm saying that there are many people doing it, but it would be easier, right, if there is like one system that everybody knows so that we can, and I'm thinking like, how can we not be using players like you, past players like you, to even scout and say, all right, listen, you do scouting for center backs, you do scout, you understand me?
Yeah.
Some sort
Yes.
of
All right.
scouting. I mean, because there are so many of you guys over there who developing kids for America, for the American system.
All right. You know that I coach a high school over here in Georgia. And it's weird. When I went there, the high school name is Mountain View High.
Yeah,
Right? And
yeah.
when I went there, this high school they used to call them a 3-point school. The
Okay.
first year I went there, I won not the first 5 games, but I lost the first game, which was a warm up game. And then I won the other 5 games. And then, it looked like you would do well. So other people, which is above you, because the system here is designed that way, right? So the people above you now start interjecting because they want the praises. And the school never win another game. And they draw like what, five? They draw 5 games after and lose like about 6, right? But that was a good result. The second year, I started again. What I did, the Jamaican system I use, where when the high school season starts in January and ends in May, right? You cannot start training until October, and you have to do conditioning. You can't use the soccer ball within that time. You see what I say? But
Yeah.
what I do now, you see, during the summer breaks,
Sorry,
huh?
somebody's asking if it's Excelsior High.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you, yeah, I tell you. Yeah, right? But a good friend of mine, Sistrin Pinchy, good Sistrin, me and her go see him, right? And she did excited when me that go, but it never work out. Yeah, but when me I say now, the high school, my second year coaching the school, we were regional champions. So you know the pressure start again because people try and it never work, and then me come in and it start work. But what I do is, it's summertime, you can do anything you want with the kids. So I have a summer program I designed for the kids who's interested, and I run that right through the summer, from May right up to August, but when school starts back. So at least it gives me an opportunity to see who has talent, who can play, and then me just start take my notes of who me need. So you see, even when we start the conditioning, this group of players I put together and I give them specific training. This group of player, I just put them out there and see if we can find something out of that. So at all times, my main focus is on these players when I say with ability. That training is different from the players when we sure now go make it. They are just here to make numbers. And it has been working, because I've been there 4 years now. Last year we went to the state, and at the quarterfinal we lose. You see what I say? So every year since I've been there, we have been going progressing, progressing, progressing. This year, I tell them, so me I go all the way, right? Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any plans of being involved in coaching in Jamaica at any level, at any stage?
My dream is to come back home, come live in. So as long as me in Jamaica, there's no doubt about that. I know me I go Portmore.
Really?
Yeah, you know me I go Portmore. But I go away.
Okay.
You know me I go Portmore.
So you say you're going to go coach St. Mary's College?
Say yeah, and just as me I say, it's just my alma mater, and as me I say, I put a thing out there, and me I tell them, tell the coach this. Even if you're doing a development program, you have to start from trying to stop giving up goals. So if it take, so put the 11 man them behind the ball, you put the 11 of them behind the ball. And you build on that. That is how you start build. Because me sure if you put at least 8 of those players behind the ball, and when they win it, them kick it up the field, for one man run it down, you wouldn't get 26. I'm sure of that. But as we say, you have to know how to build.
What about the national setup? Would you have any thoughts of being involved in the national setup at any stage or at any level?
Yeah, man, and me honest, me do well with kids, because I am a disciplinarian, and me know how my thing. I feel I have a gift. Me know how to get through to kids. Remember when me take over Portmore under 21 team, 5 years in a row, me winning 5 years back to back. The national under 21 league. Me know all
Okay.
because one of the things I identify, because I'm from playing the game. If you have 22, 23 players, you have to look upon it. Everybody have different personalities, and one of the things I do, I try to study people personality. I know who for button for push, or I know when to push it, where how to push it, where to push it. And that was one of the success of my thing. Sometimes you coach and not say nothing. And you just make them play and see. And you just take your notes of what you would need. And then have to shout it out to a kid. You can't just call him aside and say, say, Omar, you never run pan the white line, and you need to run pan the white line. All right, here we go. Try coming from this side of the white line and see how it work out. And you'll be amazed to see the difference them things make.
Yeah. one of the thoughts and the plans we have, I mean, when we interview like Paul Young and Freddie, who I know well,
Mm-hmm.
mean as well, and they're also over there coaching, is, at some point to have like a deans will, I'd love to see like we arrange something where the people, you go in Portmore, Freddie somewhere out in Kingston, say out in the east, Paul Young, probably down in Waterhouse, where as well, as an example, Deansville up in Constant Spring.
Yeah.
Then we find somebody down in Westmoreland, in Montego Bay, and the same, like all of you running the same program with a group, a youth right across Jamaica. Say a Saturday morning from 9 to 12, you run a whatever
Right.
it is for like a 1 week football boot camp, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where you get the best talent in the parish and kind of do that and kind of see if there's any talent that can be identified. And then hopefully out of this, the GFF can get the five from Westmoreland, the five from Hanover, the five from St. Elizabeth, the five from these places and keep them, keep a database of them, keep them together.
Yes.
This is under 12, so that you know that the next time you're calling up an under 13, you have a group of players that you've been having, some of your past players have had camps with. I'm saying this because we have to find a way to integrate some of the great minds like you and the other past players who are involved. So many of you guys are coaching other kids in the States.
I mean, I tell you,
That, I
dread.
mean, the development, like I'm talking to Wayne Palmer, and he's out by JC.
Yeah.
And Wayne Palmer is saying, listen, these youngsters, they don't, I'm talking about controlling and passing. There's no repetition, there's no consistent practice with these youngsters. Man, he's a big man, can't control 17, 18
Exactly.
year old.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
that should be happening at 12, 13. Like, I
Every
remember,
single.
listen,
Sorry, I
and I
don't
was
cut you.
saying to
But
him, go ahead.
every single session I hold with my kids, I give them passing. Because listen, this is how I break it down. I say, look at it. You see, step overs, flick up the ball, and all of that. Those are accessories to soccer. If you can control this football, pass this football, and move on the football field, you don't need no skill. Because that is how the game is played.
You can control
Control,
it, pass, and move.
pass, and move. That is how the game is played. Right? So if you can do these things well, I guarantee you'll beat up anybody.
You know what? We have coaches telling me, take him on. Listen, I'm not saying all of that, because I tell
Yeah.
people, listen, here's what I learned. Like I said, controlling and passing. And when I graduated from 10, you go to 20, you go to 15 to 20, but it's just controlling and passing. Because listen, if you control, like exactly what he said, if you control, George Ray said it, George Ray said, listen, the best football that you'll ever play is when you play the simplest football, control and pass. And he said, difficulty for many footballers is that they can't play the simplest thing.
True. But they want to do the outrageous things. Yep. You ever see a youngster, they all learn to play the game yet, and you see him come to boom and then just come every day and knock the ball on the wall and a control. No. You see him catch it and him start juggling, him start spin it, him foot over it, you see him drop it in him neck back, you see him keep on it. So I say, the step overs, these are the things that they practice.
And they said they don't spend enough time because there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of distractions. And so when again in the States, when you go to the soccer fields on a Saturday, these kids are out there at 7, 8 playing tournaments every weekend, little stuff. We don't have that in Jamaica. These guys
GSA?
only play during football season.
Yeah,
There's a lot of,
Here, GSA, you go to park, you see, they start at like 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
So you go there, you see a group from 8 until 9. Then after 9, you see that group moving out there. You see a group that come from 9 till 10. You see that group moving out 10 at 10, 10, and it's go right up until like about 6 in the evening.
Wow.
So you see what I talk about up here. You talk about thousands of kids.
And that's every Saturday.
Every Saturday. right? Saturdays and and Sundays until the league. Yeah, they have rec league. They have all kind of division up here, and people are pay good money to do that.
Whoa.
Excuse me.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Listen, it's your anniversary. It's so happy 10th anniversary. So I won't keep you any longer because I know you guys prepared for Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
So
she
yeah,
came and looked in the room a while ago and went to not
Marissa.
too long ago.
Well, I don't want her to come in the room because you know you may get yourself in trouble. So I'm going to. Somebody's asking if can you play in America if you can't afford to be in it?
Can I do what?
Can you play in America? I think
Oh,
this person was
can a kid play in the system if they can't afford it?
yeah. I think that's
I
what
mean,
he's
if the kid is good enough,
yeah.
they sometimes waive the fee because everybody wants to do well. So if the kid is good enough, a lot of time they call it scholarship. They
Yeah.
give them an opportunity
But let me
if
say
they're
this.
good enough.
I will say this to Cece because he's talking about the American system being paid to play.
Yeah.
Because this is parent driven. So
Yes.
a parent says, listen, I want my child to be a player. So they're investing in the child to grow. So that is why it is that way. But here's the thing, it works in America because of the kind of resources the American have. So you
Yes.
can't knock America for that because the parents are able to afford it because they believe that they want their kids to be the best players. And
Mm-hmm.
here's the thing, we I'll tell you this one of the things you appreciate with a lot of the American players. They may not be skilled as a Jamaican, but the basics of the game,
They
they have
understand.
them down.
Yes.
They understand the basics.
Yes.
And I've seen it, I've worked with them. 10 years old, 12 years old. They see the basics. They may not be able to pile somebody. They may
Yep.
not be able to do the golf turn and the Cruyff turn and all of those things. But here's what, when it comes down to movement, controlling and passing and the discipline to play the game, they
Discipline.
have that. And
Yes.
sometimes as a parent, if you want your child to be professional, you have to pay for that because
Yeah, man.
that's what the Americans are, the
Yeah.
European, the big clubs are looking for. Do you do
What? You freeze up on me? Hold on.